Last part, we were working our way through the patrol missions of the Beta Quadrant, but before that, we were attempting to halt the advance of the mirror universe entity known as the Other, that dimension's version of Voyager. The Emperor of the Terrans is attempting to gain control of it after learning about the instance of that joining that happened in our universe in 2272 between Voyager and Captain Decker, the events depicted in the first Star Trek film. This would grant a godlike level of power, and the ability to explore other realms and realities at will, and I doubt the leader of such a xenophobic empire would do so benevolently. The fact that this plan is so extreme and unhinged that even a good amount of Terrans disagreed, like Marshal Janeway and Admiral Leeta, the latter of which has defected to the Federation, for now, to stop the Emperor. Our last foray to stop him ended with us beating a hasty retreat from the Pavo system of the Mirror Universe, when the Other arrived, answering the Emperor's summons, and Elia failed to convince it to leave. Our only victory really was that we managed to win back the ISS Enterprise from the Mirror Kumaki, and it returned to our universe under the command of Leeta once more, as well as a sizable amount of data gathered, which will help with our next actions. Commander De Soto and the Coalition are running interference in the Terran Empire, while the Federation regroups. Behind the scenes, we also saw Admiral Leeta retrieve something from the Enterprise, a mysterious package with a role to play. But finally, a plan has been formulated, and we get a call from Admiral Jorrell Quinn to report in.
We're sending a fleet to the Mirror Universe to engage the Terrans in the Pavo system. It is our intention to disrupt their operations there and prevent the Terran Emperor from subjugating the entity known as the Other. I'd like you to be a part of this operation. Report to Captain Sean on board the USS Enterprise once you've arrived in the Pavo system on our side of the mirror.
Well, you see, Admiral, we have patrols to do. This is way more important. We activate our slipstream drive to make best speed to our Pavo system, where the fleet is assembling to make its move. Our attempt is going to be to try to commune with the Other once more in a more direct fashion, but in order to do so, we're going to need to remove the Terran Emperor from the board, and his flagship, the Acheron. According to Leeta, it's a very powerful vessel, more so than anything we have. So, this is not going to be easy. We beam over to the USS Enterprise to meet with Captain Sean and see what Starfleet has come up with to win the day and prepare for our assault on the Acheron. This is the bridge of the most renowned vessel in Starfleet, and a fellow Odyssey-class ship, although the numerous refits and overhauls have rendered the bridge significantly different from our own, the Armiger. Sean's crew includes the Kachin commander, Kiona, who served with Sean on the Belfast alongside the Bajoran science officer, Inasi. Lieutenant Cav is a Betazoid ops officer who was caught up in the Jem'Hadar invasion of 2409 and worked from the Bajoran city of Hakon until Sean requested her. The chief engineer is Kiriyoshi O'Brien, the 38-year-old son of Miles and Keiko O'Brien, who originally worked in Memory Alpha before this assignment, and the first officer is Samuel Winters, who used to be the aide to Admiral Quinn. Of course, it is Captain Sean we're here to speak to first. It is his ship after all.
Welcome aboard. We can begin the briefing once Admiral Leeta decides to grace us with her presence.
Why? Is she running late? Is there an issue, Captain?
Unclear. For some reason, she wanted to go over things here, rather than on a secure comms channel.
So she didn't want to talk over view screens? I mean, I prefer an in-person briefing too, but our comms are pretty tight. Let's just hope it's good old-fashioned Terran paranoia, shall we?
True, and the stakes don't get much higher than they are now.
Incoming signal from the Enterprise. That is to say, the ISS Enterprise. Admiral Leeta requests permission to beam aboard, Captain.
Well, looks like our wait is over.
Looks that way. Permission granted, Kiona. Instruct them to beam her directly to the bridge. Ready to get to the bottom of this Terran cloak and dagger?
I mean, usually it's just more daggers, but sure.
Well, this certainly is a clean bridge, Captain. No blast marks, no blood stains on the carpet, to remind people what happens to traitors.
I'll be sure to forward your feedback to Starfleet Command. In the meantime, I suggest going over any last-minute details we need to ensure...
Captain, please. I've been in every tactical meeting you have. I know the score here. We're going back to my Pavo to engage the Terran fleet in battle before the Emperor can pull off whatever mad scheme he's conjured up. It's a bold, mad, and extremely dangerous plan. Must be why I like it so much.
I realize defeating the Emperor's fleet is a tall order, but we're hoping a victory at Pavo will give Ilea the opportunity to make contact with the other once more. Convince them that we're not their enemy.
Taking down the Acheron isn't going to be easy, Captain. We Terrans have a saying, if you mean to slay the Emperor, don't miss. Believe me, when I get the shot, I don't plan on missing.
When you get the shot, not if? You're awfully confident, Admiral.
Let's just say you don't get as far as I have in the Terran Empire without having a damn good backup plan at all times. So, you do your part, Captain, and I'll do mine. Things go according to plan, we'll send the Emperor back to Terra with his tail between his legs, and give your bald friend here a shot at talking down the other before they digitize us all.
Ah, seems to me you know what you're doing. Good luck, Admiral.
She's definitely up to something. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Sir, I recommend assigning a team to monitor the actions of Lita's vessel. If she means to turn on us, or quit the field, we'll want to know as soon as possible.
Under the circumstances, I think an extra layer of security is a good idea. Make it happen, Kiona. I don't have a good feeling about this. Lita might decide it's in her best interest to side with the Emperor. Old habits tend to die hard, after all.
Yeah, I share your concern, and I agree with your actions. Still, I think whatever she's planning, it doesn't involve switching sides. If anything, I think she'll do what's in her best interests. Which, for now, still align with ours.
I hope you're right, for all our sakes. In the meantime, we should make our final preparations before we set out for Pavo. See you there.
Agreed. And good luck, Captain. Still, a not insignificant amount of our plan hinges on Ilea's ability to convince the other to back down, which hopefully will be a lot easier to do without this mysterious Terran Emperor whispering in its ear or challenging it. We return to the Armiger and cross over to the Mirror Universe, and the Terran fleet is right where we left them. Amid our ships, we've got a California class, which is surprising to see. They're not exactly what I'd call combat ready. Over the fleet looms the massive cloud of Voyager, the energy formation we know shrouds a central artificial life form within, but an angry red pulses throughout its blue veil, while a storm of clouds roils within its core. Many of the other ships here we have assembled include the Gagarin, Reliant, Sutherland classes, all similar to the anti-Borg fleet assembled in 2401. And of course, we have several Starfleet intelligence vessels such as the Khonshu here, that are the ones that house the Mirror Universe portal devices, and at the head of our fleet are two Enterprises, our one and the ISS Enterprise, the Lexington class, a Mirror special.
Attention Terran forces. This is Captain Bakel Shan. On behalf of the Alliance, I am asking you to stand down and disengage from the entity known as the Other. Any further attempts to subjugate this life form will be considered an act of aggression, and will be dealt with accordingly.
Tough talk for someone about to have their backside handed to them, Captain. Check your sensors. There's no way you're getting the win here today, even with two Enterprises.
Oh, you still haven't figured out Starfleet, have you, Sylvia? Let me break it down for you. Sean's little speech was the velvet glove. If you don't shut up and stand down, you're about to meet the Iron Fist.
Funny thing about iron, Lita, it melts. And all of you idiots just flew into a crucible. Maybe we'll forge what's left of your ships into something useful when it's over. Or maybe we'll leave the debris field here as a monument to your complete and total failure. Tilly out.
Ah, well, who'd have seen that coming?
So much for diplomacy.
Looks like they're going for our intel ships.
Naturally, Terran captains will be looking for the big kill to impress the Emperor.
Right. Let's make sure we deny them that opportunity.
Well, good luck with that, Captain. For them, it's go big or go home time.
The battle is joined, with phaser fire erupting between our fleets. The Acheron, for its part, stays sitting back from the battlefield, while several ships attempt to destroy our portal-carrying vessels. Our first move is to protect our way out of here. We don't want a repeat of what happened last time. Things are going okay, until the Emperor makes his move.
Status report. What just happened?
Every ship in the fleet is trapped in chronoton stasis. For lack of a better term, we're stuck in a time bubble.
Captain, we're being hailed by the Emperor.
On screen. Your Majesty.
Captain Sean, you fought well, all of you. But it's over. All good things must come to an end, after all.
Over? This isn't over. It'll be over when we knock that smug look off your face.
Well, you're certainly welcome to try when I return, Admiral. For now, however, my destiny awaits.
And with all of us momentarily frozen in time, the Acheron sails right past us all. The minute it's out of range, time resumes.
Taking a lot of fire over here!
Assist Admiral Lita. Juno, Turing, fall back to protect the intel vessel.
Acknowledged, Enterprise. Moving to defensive position.
We'll have to get to us first, Enterprise.
We're taking heavy fire, diverting power from the portal device to shields.
Well, the Acheron's out of the picture for now, but we still need to protect our intel ships.
Understood. Hang in there, Khonshu. Help's on the way.
We managed to destroy the vessels that were harassing our ships, but as soon as we secure that, we note the ISS Enterprise flashing past us towards the other.
Something's happening. Enterprise is breaking away from the battle. Current heading will take her into the other.
The hell? Hail them!
Thanks for the assist, everyone, but I've got business elsewhere. With the Emperor.
Alone? Against the Acheron and the other? That's suicide. Stick with the plan, Lita. We need you here, now.
Exactly. Get back here and return to formation.
Aw, I'm flattered, Captain, but we both know the real fight's inside the other. With the big cheese himself. All you need to do is keep him busy out here. I got this. Lita out.
Enterprise is the least of our problems. I'm reading Terran reinforcements approaching the system at high warp.
Prepare to engage.
At last, the very core of the other. Their mind, heart, and soul all lie ahead, there for the taking, for the one with the strength to reach them.
The next part, we're playing as our mirror counterpart, the Inquisitor, loyal servant to the Terran Emperor, Wesley Crusher. A very different version of the character we know from the Prime reality. His Terran counterpart is still a genius, but more than that, he has inherited the temporal and reality-bending perception of a traveller. This is how the Mirror Crusher ascended to the seat of Emperor. He literally has the powers to control time, shift dimensions, and travel great distances, bending space-time to his will. Much like our universe's Wesley. But this one is a ruthless and unhinged megalomaniac. Nobody dares telling this one to shut up. The depths of the other. We're here to make sure the Emperor reaches its core and can commune with its intelligence. From there he will assert its will over it, and it will ascend to a new level of power.
Majesty, with your power we cannot fail. This weapon will be ours to command, and all of our enemies will fall before it.
Ours, Captain? I think you overestimate your role in this operation. Simply put, this is a game of chess between myself and the other. We are the kings. And you, all of you, are pawns. Do I make myself clear?
As Crystal, Majesty, we await your orders.
It's good to see at least one of you has sense, Inquisitor. Prepare to move out. I need to reach the central core, and the other won't make it easy for me. Do your jobs, and we won't have a problem. Fail me, and the other will be the least of your worries.
By your command, Emperor.
I'm picking up an energy signature nearby. It's repeating, like a signal.
Someone wants our attention. Check it out, Inquisitor.
As you command, Majesty.
Okay, as we approach, a console makes itself visible from the broken hexagon floor, almost inviting. Don't trust it.
Is it making a bridge for us?
Interesting. Let's hope it doesn't vanish beneath our feet.
They could dematerialize a lot of things. The bridge, the air, us.
I hate to say it, but Tilly makes a good point. Why would the other, our opponent, our enemy, create an environment suitable for our existence? There is not an atmosphere here, at least not one that should be able to support humanoid life, but we have gravity, air, and pressure. It's all too inviting. I suspect a trap.
Interesting gambit, wouldn't you say, Inquisitor? My opponent is welcoming me with open arms.
May I remind you, Majesty, that a successful gambit involves an initial sacrifice in order to gain the advantage later in the game.
That's a good point. I'm looking forward to seeing what our host has in store for us. Let's not keep them waiting.
That central structure looks important. Tilly, analysis.
It's loaded with energy, hard to get a clear reading. We need to get closer and scan it.
The structure that has our attention is a single spire with an elevated orb, energy crackling between them. A test? Some sort of power regulation device?
Clever. The other has centralized the island's power within this matrix. We'll need to disperse it in order to advance.
And I assume His Majesty has already worked out how.
There are 6 exterior power nodes surrounding the central matrix. We need to energize them and initiate a power transfer from the matrix. I suspect the other will reverse the polarity in active nodes once it becomes aware of our actions. If it does, reinitiate the transfer as soon as possible. Once all 6 nodes have been energized, we'll be able to move to the next island.
Keep your eyes open for any defense systems, Inquisitor. The other might have more tricks up their sleeve after all. Who knows? You might get to shoot something and show off some more for the Emperor.
Goody, goody, gumdrops.
Hey, try not to get fried by those power nodes, Inquisitor. That would be just terrible.
Save your spite for the enemy, Captain.
We set about, following the Emperor's instructions.
Is it just me, or was that a little too easy?
Ah, countermeasures. Destroy that drone before it undoes its work.
Basically, we run to one tower and activate it, spawning in a wave of automated defenders. From there, we have to activate the next one, then the next, and so on, fending off the drones as they spawn. However, at times, drones will attempt to undo our progress by shutting down the ones we have already activated, so we have to take those threats out too.
We're halfway there. Sound off if you see another one of those annoying drones.
Eventually, after waiting for a break in the attacks to activate the next one, I learn it's just easier to just rush the activations of all of them and then deal with the drones afterwards.
Just one more left.
Well done. Deal with the remaining drones so we can move on.
We're on it.
Throughout the entire battle, the Emperor does not lift a finger to help, but nor is he targeted by the drones. If I didn't know better, I'd say the other was curious.
As I predicted, once the power was dispersed from the central matrix to the power nodes, the island's operations returned to normal.
Tricorder's picking up another one of those command consoles nearby. It's online and ready for access. See it? The control pillar. Right over there, Inquisitor.
The distant red haze marks our destination, but between us and it, there are a myriad of other trials. It successfully restored power to this section, after the other attempted to shut itself off, but this still feels like a test.
Stay vigilant. The sentries will appear out of thin air.
They must have heard you, Inquisitor. Deal with the new arrivals quickly.
The defending drones are materialized into existence in our path, so we've got to blast through them. We arrive at the next platform, where the floor is now littered in circuitry and unknown technology. There are more spires, but these look different from the others. The raised dais in the centre probably holds answers. I'm reminded of how much this probe has seen.
Scanning local systems now.
From its original launch to now, how many centuries of knowledge has it accumulated?
The other has locked down access to command systems on this island. We need to destabilize local data security in order to advance.
And as usual, the Emperor has already worked out how.
There are 3 data security locks here. Introduce intrusion programs into them to disrupt them. You'll have to do this one lock at a time. Disrupting one will open the next to attack, and so on.
This level of hacking will take time. Considering what we've experienced so far, it's a sure bet the other will send more drones to stop us. So you know, keep your guns handy.
Get started, Inquisitor. Everyone else get ready to fight. The other won't take kindly to our intrusion.
And sure enough, as soon as we start...
Take out that defender. It will reverse our work as long as it's linked with the system.
As before, the drones will attempt to undo our work if we don't keep them away from the towers. When they turn entirely blue, they're under our control.
The first lock is down. Get started on the next one, Inquisitor. Second breach is underway. Take out the defender as soon as you can. Lock 2 is out of commission. Only one to go. The last lock has been taken out. We're in.
That did it. Local data security has been utterly disrupted, and the command systems of this island belong to us now.
Confirmed, Majesty. The access pillar is operational and open for business.
Move out. Get to the next island before the other can regroup their forces.
Looks like the other has set more pawns, Inquisitor. Deal with them.
As you command, Majesty.
We take out the drones in our path and move up to the next island, only to find a single monolithic computer terminal. I am rather unsure as to what to do with this one.
Now this was an unexpected move.
Okay, Your Majesty.
This access tower is keyed into my genetic profile. If anyone other than me attempts to use it, a self-destruct sequence will be triggered. They want to test me personally. A battle of wits between kings.
I see. Your orders?
This is probably an attempt to checkmate me, so to speak. So, while I play this little game, I need you to deal with any defenses the other sends our way until I turn the tables on them.
We'll wipe out any vermin that dares to attack you, Majesty. You can count on us.
Very well. Fan out and defend our Emperor.
You heard the Emperor. Protect him at all costs. That didn't take long. Light him up.
Watch your flanks. They're coming in from all sides.
Defend the Imperial presence to your last breath.
We are Terrans. Failure is not an option.
While the Emperor tries to combat the other, our lines begin to break. The drones are endless.
They're making another push. Fire at will.
He's busy.
Not good. Majesty, we're in trouble here. Hurry!
Tilly, did you just order the Emperor to hurry?
Majesty, we may need to withdraw before...
Yeah, things do not look good. You're gonna have to...
No! Unacceptable, Inquisitor! We will not withdraw!
Alright, listen up. I'm only going to say this once. I'm disappointed. Disappointed in all of you. I would expect Terran officers of your caliber to be capable of fending off a few combat drones. But sadly, that was not the case. Instead, I had to intervene and use some of my personal power to eliminate the threat. Power I could have used in the upcoming conflict with the other.
I apologize. It will not happen again.
If you do, it will be for the last time, Inquisitor. Nothing else matters but my conquest of the other. Do you understand? Not you, not Tilly, not the Empire. Nothing.
We will see this through to the end, Majesty. And your inevitable victory. For the Empire.
For the Empire. Is it, though?
Captain. Or...
What? Make it quick. We don't have all day here.
I have concerns about the Emperor's state of mind. He seems erratic, unstable. If his condition deteriorates, our mission and the Empire itself will be in jeopardy.
You are dancing very close to treason here, Inquisitor. Because we need you to pull this mission off, I'm willing to ignore it. Once. But if I hear anything like that from you again, I'll drop you like a very bad habit. I won't let your weakness get in the way of my future. So, are we clear?
Good to know where we stand.
Let's get moving. Find the next bridge control and activate it.
Don't keep the Emperor waiting, Inquisitor. You're in enough trouble as it is.
We're in the same boat, Captain. Don't forget that.
We'll see about that, won't we?
I suppose we will, but clearly the Inquisitor here has his doubts. Is he loyal to the Emperor or the Empire? Because I think he no longer believes they're one and the same. Meanwhile, we're fending off the Terran reinforcements outside the cloud while the Emperor makes his way ever closer to his prize. Until the next part, thank you for joining us on this continuing mission in the Star Trek Online series, and I'll see you again for the next part. Thanks again. I've been Rick, and goodbye.